Hey everybody, what's going on? I just want to make this quick little intro to the video. As you can see from the title, this is only part one of my overall Terrificon experience. I have already videotaped this entire video once already, but in doing so and after trying to edit it all, there was just too much. There was a lot of footage, as you're going to see in this video. There was a lot to talk about and a lot of stuff I didn't even get to talk about in the last time I shot this video. So I am splitting it into two parts. This first part is going to be all of the footage from the show, as well as me just talking about it after with my experiences and maybe some tips and tricks for next year if you guys didn't go. So, you know, like I said, when recording this first video, there was just way too much to talk about and so many things I didn't even get to touch on. So I am taking this video to do an overall experience of Terrificon, which was such a great time. And then part two will be my overall haul, everything that I got from the show. Once that video comes up, I will put the link to part two down in the description. But until it does, you guys will just have to wait for that. But anyways, I know this is probably also going to be a long video, so let's get right into the footage. Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Noah from Broke Boy Comics, and I am here in the car. It is day one of Terrificon. I actually just got out of work, and unfortunately, I was not able to be there right when the doors opened, so I'm heading there now. I'm in the car. I actually had to get changed. You see me rocking the 3MIB t-shirt there. We're gonna see them as well as a ton of people there, and I am super excited. I just have to stop for some cash real quick. I don't want to go to the ATM that's there because it has crazy fees, I was just told. So I will see you guys there, and we're gonna do kind of a mixture of me talking to the camera and a little bit of montage throughout the video. So hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys there. Alright guys, we made it. Not a huge line, but now it's going to be the trouble of finding the people I know. So let's go in there and see if we can find anyone. Oh, look what booth I found. Hey, Otto's actually here. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. $1 million shirts. This group of guys I found over here. Hey. What's up, Sean? Yep. Alright guys, I'm here with Uncle Frank. He's been showing me the ropes, showing me around Terrificon. I greatly appreciate it. And go follow him on Instagram. I'm going to put his link down in the description for you guys.
Thank you very much. It's a good young man here, folks. Thank you.
Alright, I'm here meeting for the first time M.O.N Comics. I got Sean from Comic CT. And over there is Mike from Lunch Money Comics. Mike! Hey!
Get in there, Mike.
Hey.
What's up?
Meeting all these guys for the first time. It's great. And we're going to see what else Terrificon has in store.
Let's go.
This is super cool, guys. All these tools. That is really cool. Chinmo, show off them SIGs. Check them out.
Mark Wade signatures, and then
Oh, we got more?
an awesome regular rope.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That is super cool.
It's been a good day.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Dragon Crew.
That's art sick. I'm here with Planet Mayhem and Biohazard Comics. We've been hanging out, showing me around, got some signatures with them. So, oh yeah, we're having a good time.
Can't wait, great weekend.
We're getting a remark done in the back right there. Yup.
In the making.
In the making. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Go follow these guys on Instagram.
Hazard.
Dude, freaking sick. You happy, man?
You already know, man.
Yeah. I love it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, that is awesome. I'm pumped. That's awesome. All right, guys. Day one is up. We did get a couple of books and we got a couple signatures. We got a sketch that I'm going to pick up in the morning. Leaving out of here with these guys over here. Going to party it up in Mohegan Sun, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And good morning, everyone. Day one was a great success. I had such a great time. I met new people, and it wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be. But today is Saturday. A lot of people that are going just for one day are going to be there today. So I'm definitely expecting it to be super crowded. I got a good amount of stuff yesterday done. So super excited about that. And then I ended up actually last night going out in the casino and hanging out with a bunch of people. And I did end up on the 3 Minute Basement live show last night. Possibly gonna make it on there again tonight. But yeah, no, I actually didn't get home till about 2 in the morning last night. So definitely getting a late start to the day. It is 11 o'clock. Doors opened at 10. I could have gotten in at 9:30 because I have the 3-day pass, so I get in an extra 30 minutes early. But I woke up at 9 and I had Planet Mayhem calling me where I was. So definitely a late start to the day, but I'm not too worried about it. I have, pretty much all day today and then tomorrow as well, which tomorrow shouldn't be as busy. I think I heard there's a cosplay contest, so I think there's gonna be a lot of cosplays. I think there's gonna be a lot of cosplayers tomorrow. So yeah, no, I'm driving there now. Just had to stop for a little bit more cash. I'm definitely slowly going broke. I was pretty good the first day, but anyways, I will see you guys there for day 2 of Terrificon. Definitely packed today. Boy, Planet Mayhem found me. Yeah, it is. Oh my god. Oh wow. That is awesome. Alright guys, I'm waiting in line for Jim Lee. They're still doing session B and C, and I'm E. So it's going to be a very long time before we can get there, but we'll get there soon. Alright guys, 2 hours in. We made it from the back room into this room. I'm about to head into the curtain. Alright guys, just got out of the Jim Lee line and I'm here with Goodcomixmemories. Go give him a follow on Instagram. He's doing a great August cover art challenge that I am doing a couple of days out of the month as well. So you can follow my Instagram and go check him out as well.
Thanks, Noah. I appreciate that.
Of course, of course. Guys, it is absolutely packed in here. These aisles, you got to squeeze through people. It's pretty insane. But it's getting closer to the end of the day and it's dying out, so we're doing pretty good. And it's clearing up a little bit, definitely. But we're doing good. All right, guys. So I'm here with Josh's Comics right here, Pope of Chilitown, and 360 Comics. Found all these guys here. They're only here for one day. Go follow each and every one of these guys on Instagram and YouTube.
Started at Terrificon a few years ago. Signed by anyone that was part of it. I started doing sketches.
Okay, straight.
Yeah.
This? Okay.
I was running out of room, and he just took the biggest.
He had the next he got.
Yeah.
T-shirt heaven right now. Alright, good morning, guys. End of day 2, beginning of day 3. We're out till like 4 a.m. last night.
About right.
Yup.
Hanging out with Mitch from Terrificon.
Oh, it was fun.
It was nice.
Seeing Scott Snyder at the crabs table.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get day 3 started now. Yeah, I love your writing, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got me into the hobby, really. I started with the All-Star bag.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Here with Colossus Collector. Go check this guy out on Instagram and YouTube. He's got some great stuff. Great meeting you for the first time.
Great meeting you too. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I love your booth.
Hey everyone, I am here with Power Kid Comics. He does some awesome kid comic books. If you want to talk about it, you
Absolutely.
definitely can.
For those that don't know, I'm the writer and artist of Power Kid Comics. There's currently 13 books in the series with 2 trade books. I'm also the writer and artist of Sentinel. There's books 1 and 2. And brand new that just came out last week, the colorized edition. So it's got books 1 and 2.
Awesome.
And I put ink and dyes and I laid it all out. So
That's awesome. Yeah, it looks good in the color. It looks good.
Thank you very much.
It looks good. Yeah, guys, if you ever see him at a con, please check him out. Go support him.
absolutely. Awesome, man. Thanks.
Thank you. Chin, come on.
You got artist after artist. Look at this. Look at this.
Almost every artist at the show is on that skateboard. All right, guys, day 3 of Terrificon is all wrapped up. I'm standing in front of the 3 Men in the Basement booth. These guys were fantastic. I got to hang out with them all weekend long. Go give them a follow on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube channel. These are a great group of guys, and we got one coming right now.
I hear they're a bunch of assholes.
Yo, go some of those guys, great group of guys, and they do a ton of good events. Can't say enough good things about them. And there you guys go. That was all of the great footage I took at Terrificon 2024. And man, what an absolute blast of a weekend it was. I'm sure my face showed it in the footage. I was having such a great time with everyone. And, you know, with this video, just me talking about the show and everything, there's a couple of things, points I want to hit on. Which is the community aspect of the show, the overall experiences I had, and a couple stories I want to tell of the show, which I think you guys will enjoy. But first off, let me get into the community of this show. I mean, there was a lot of people there. As you saw, Saturday was the busiest day out of the whole weekend. And I just met so many great people. I shouted out a decent amount of people as well. But there's a lot of people I didn't get to shout out. And I actually had to write an entire list of names because I could not remember them all. I had to do some research, finding the people that I met and writing them all down because there were so many people and I got to meet a ton of great people I haven't, just talking to people online and, through the YouTube and Instagram community. I haven't gotten to meet these people face to face, so it was definitely an absolute blast getting to do that, and I'm very happy to add a whole bunch of people to consider my friends. So, all right, and I am going to rapid fire these names off. Every single person I'm going to name, I'm going to put down in the description. It will be a huge list, so you can check out every single one of these people either on YouTube or Instagram, and their links will be down below. So, without further ado, let's start naming names. All right. We have Power Kid Comics, the 3 Men in the Basement crew featuring Chinmo, Otto, Roger, and Dave the Brother. We have Mike from Lunch Money Comics, Christopher Briggs, Wes from Lester's Collection, Terry, Joey Does Comics, Knowgoodcomics, Alex the Collecting Dude, Mike the Beast, Triton Comics, John Big Daddy Ross, Jeff from the Comic Book Canon. We got Old Wolf 65, Albert Loves Comics, Buzz Comics, Lettuce Goblin Comics, JP from the Absolute Game of Nerds, and his partner. I unfortunately did not get to meet Rohan from Back in the Game Comics, but a little bit more on him soon. We have Colossus Collector, M.O.N Comics, Goodcomixmemories, Comic CT, Adam from Millerstrations, a good artist and a good new friend, Biohazard Comics, Planet Mayhem, Joel's Comics, 360 Comics, Pope of Chili Town, Josh's Comics, the Comicom Podcast, which includes Nemesis Prime and Milton the Manimal. We have some artists, Ken Marion and Ryan Santos, Amazing Murphinator and Sean. We got Boston Chris Comics, everyone at Spineworks, Uncle Frank's Comics, Sweet Gems, and Rich and Famous Comics. Whew, that was a lot of names. And there you guys have it. That was all the people that I got to meet and hang out with over the weekend. Again, all of their links will be down in the description. If I missed you, I'm very sorry if I did. As you can see, I met a lot of people during the weekend, so it was hard to keep track. As well as, there was people I have been talking to even after the show that I didn't get to meet as well. But more into that later. So now let's get into my overall experiences with the show. It was an absolute blast. It was the show setup.
I've actually been in that convention center before for a tattoo convention, but not with this Comic-Con at all. So again, this was my very first Terrificon. So it was a great to have this be my first show, and it's going to be very hard for other shows to top this one because of how great this was. And with the con being in a casino, Mohegan Sun, it was just a great environment to, once you're done with the convention floor, you can go drop off your stuff either at your car or if you have a hotel room, and you could just walk around the casino. There's tons of food places that you can get. You can go gamble, just hang out with everyone, and it seemed like, the whole casino is kind of one big circle. So at some point while you're walking around, you absolutely are running into someone that you know, whether that is people that you hunted with or artists or famous celebrities from the convention, which was super cool. I actually did see a couple actors walking around, which was very cool, as well as some famous artists and writers as well. And one huge shout out that I didn't have in my list was to Mitch Hallock, the one who puts on Terrificon. I want to thank you so much for putting on such a great show, and you definitely will have me coming back year after year. I've already planned next year. I'm going all 3 days again, and I hope to see everyone again. And, I will not go to the show now because of how great of a time I had. And as you saw from that footage, Chinmo from 3 Men in the Basement got some awesome art pieces done, as well as his super cool jam piece you saw at the end there with the skateboard. He won that in a raffle from the Comicom Podcast, so congratulations to him again. That was such an awesome piece, and I am excited for him to add on to it. But, there was a lot of awesome art and commissions that everyone got over the weekend. And I honestly wish I took more footage of what people got, because there were some really good commissions that were done during the show. And I definitely have started to put a list of artists that I want to go back to get full commissions from in the future. And as you can see from the footage too, I did get an art piece, just a little head sketch. I will save that and talk about it a little bit more in the haul video, but you guys saw that there. That was from Ryan Santos. He was an awesome artist, and I definitely plan on going back to him and hopefully maybe get a whole commission done. We'll see. And with this being my first Terrificon and my first real big convention ever, this was actually the first time I got signatures by myself. So this was the first time I actually got to go and meet the artist or the writer and get signatures, talk to them about their books, which was such a cool experience. You did see footage of that. And again, this is just making a list for stuff I want in the future, which is bad. It's going to make me pretty broke, but it was super fun, and I can't wait to do it again. The only real book that I owned with signatures on it previous to this show was a book that I actually bought from Chinmo from my first ever small convention, where I met him in the 3 Men in the Basement for the first time. And that was my only book I owned with signatures. So now I have a few more to add to my collection, and I'm excited just to keep adding on to that and keep meeting these awesome creators of this hobby that we all love. And I know you guys pretty much saw the books that I got signed in the footage, but I will show them off completely within the haul video next time in part 2. So just stay tuned for that next week. Pretty much every artist or writer that I got a signature from were all super nice. I did not have a bad experience with anyone that I got to talk to, so that was awesome. I'm glad nothing like that happened to me in my first convention. I know from hearing from other people that it can happen every once in a while where, the artists or writers might not be having a good day, but, I was just super glad that everyone was super nice, and, it was a lot of craziness, and let's get into what happened with that. So the big headliner of this show was Jim Lee, the head of DC Comics right now. I did get a prepaid ticket to get a signature by him, as you saw in the footage. You saw the book and the signature that I got, but there is definitely a good story to tell with this one. So the way they set up the signatures for Jim Lee was, as you got a prepaid ticket, you were put in a session. And these sessions went from A, I believe, all the way down to F and G. I think there was a decent amount of sessions. But as my session time got closer, I walked within the side ballroom, which I didn't even realize there was until probably the second day. But there was such a huge line, and I started asking people, oh, what session are you? What section are you? And they said, oh, we're B and we're C. And I kept going down, and I was all the way at E. So I was definitely farther away. And I was very surprised. I'm like, with how long he's been doing this, I'm curious of why there's such a backed up amount of people waiting to get their signatures. And there was a reason for that. So the crazy thing about this that I could not believe myself was I had an insider get me the information, and I got a text message that saying that Jim Lee got to the airport and nobody picked him up, which is insane to me. He was 2 hours late to the show. That's why there was such a backed up amount of people waiting to get their signatures, because he was so late. And by the time that I got my signatures in session E, and I believe they were doing this in the session before me too. So I don't know if you guys caught it within the footage, but as I was walking up into that kind of behind the curtain where Jim Lee was, there was a guy that actually told me to put my camera down because I was recording, because taking a photo is actually a separate purchase and they don't want you to get this stuff for free, I guess. But I mean, you know, it was definitely crazy. And as we're walking up, we're all told, you know, obviously the general thing as you're getting a signature is make sure you have your book ready, take it out of the bag and board, make sure it's ready so you can hand it to the writer artist so they can sign it. You know, you can say a few words, but move along because there's usually a line for those big names that are at the show. And usually as a writer or artist is signing, they're sitting down as they're doing this. But by the time I got to the front of the line, we were all being told, you know, obviously take your book out, get it ready, but you have to hold it a certain way, hand it to him, you know, make sure it's all good, and then move on. And what was crazy is Jim Lee wasn't even sitting down. He was standing almost very close to the door, and he was just banging out signatures. It was boom, boom, boom. And I had some other people told me that they didn't even get eye contact from him, which is crazy. But when I actually went up to get my signature, he was so close to the door. His, I guess, handler is what you would call them. He told him to move back, kind of closer back so they can fit more people in. And I was kind of that next person up. So I kind of followed like a puppy dog because I didn't know what was happening, because this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. And Jim Lee moved back, and the guy was telling me to keep coming, and I said, okay. And then Jim Lee kind of just turned around and was like, oh, hey, how you doing? He just signed my signature for me. So I did get a few words in. He said, hi, how you doing? I said, good, how are you? You know, just that kind of generalized greeting that you give to people. But again, it was super quick. And I got my signature. The guy was, you know, I was done. He said, move along. And that was basically my whole experience. What was crazy about that too was all the people that got multiple books that they wanted signed. The handler was actually holding the stack of books almost. Jim Lee would sign one, the guy would move it. Jim Lee would sign one, the guy would move it. Like, it was super fast paced. And, you know, I was just blown away by how quick they were running through them, which makes sense with how far behind they were. And I believe Jim Lee had a panel later on in the day, so they had to get through a lot of people before that happened. So one of the other big names that were there was Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the Marvel Netflix show. And he seemed like such a cool guy. I unfortunately didn't get to meet him, but I know a few people that did. And from what I heard, his interactions were great. I did get a picture of my buddy Planet Mayhem meeting him there. So that was a cool picture. And, you know, those guys were super excited, and I was super excited for him to get to meet him. Another person that I unfortunately didn't get to meet was Michael Rooker. As you guys know, I'm a big Walking Dead fan, so to be able to meet him would have been awesome, but unfortunately, I didn't have neither the funds or the time to get it over there and do it. I most likely could have caved that out. And something about this show was I went way over my budget for the entire weekend. And as people were telling me kind of what they were planning on spending for the weekend in the beginning, I already knew. I said, I didn't bring enough money for this. I'm too broke. I'm too broke. But definitely next year, I'm definitely planning on saving up probably months and months before this show so I can get everything that I want done, as well as, you know, be able to hunt around for books that I may want and walk away with some awesome books. And if you guys aren't following M.O.N Comics, he had a great... And if you guys aren't watching M.O.N Comics, he actually had a really cool interaction with Michael Rooker. So guys, you can go check that out. I'll put the link to the video up in the corner there. But that was such a cool interaction. Michael Rooker seemed like such a great guy, and M.O.N Comics, he does some great storytelling with the show. So definitely go check his video out. It was one of the greatest ones that was put out. And I didn't get much celebrity interactions besides one on the actual show floor. But besides on the outside, I hear tons of people how they run into, these celebrities and these writers and artists, quite frequently. I didn't get too many of that, but I did see some people in passing. There was Eduardo Franco, who was the actor with the really long hair. He's in Stranger Things. He's in a ton of also comedy movies, which I really like. I saw him a couple times passing by in the casino, which was kind of cool, as well as Martin Kove, who was the sensei in Karate Kid and then later on in Cobra Kai. Saw him hanging out in the cigar lounge, smoking a cigar, which I honestly didn't expect him to be anywhere else. That was the perfect place to kind of see him, through the window, which I thought was very great. And the other one cool interaction I had was me, Chinmo, and Biohazard Comics on Saturday night. We all went to go out late, and actually, I'll add this in too. We got down to the elevator, which that night I actually did get to stay in Chinmo's room. He offered it up to me in Biohazard Comics, so super grateful for you, sir. I definitely would not have been able to go home that night. We definitely had a great night, kind of partying it up, but anyways, so we got out of the elevators of the hotel lobby, and who do we see? None other than Mitch Hallock himself walking around. And he was telling us, it's only 2:30 in the morning. We used to stay out till 5 or 6 in the morning. I don't know where anyone is. Everyone went to bed, and Chinmo and us were like, hey, we're all going out right now. You can come along. So we got to walk around and hang out with Mitch, which is really cool. Mitch has some fantastic stories because he puts on Terrificon, and he interacts with all the famous celebrities, artists, and writers. He has some fantastic stories. I know the Three Men in the Basement crew has done multiple interviews with him. He's been on the Comicom Podcast, and he's been on a ton of other things. He actually has his own podcast as well. So wherever you can find Mitch Hallock telling a story, go watch it because you guys will not be disappointed. But after we started walking around with Mitch and we were kind of looking for something to do, I think Biohazard and Chinmo were definitely set on doing a little bit of gambling, which since I am the broke one, I did not partake, but I was more than happy to tag along. We ended up at the craps table where we saw Milton the Manimal as well as a few other guys. But who else do we see there? We saw Scott Snyder and Stephanie Phillips, Scott Snyder is a amazing writer. I love his work. He's actually one of the first arcs I ever read, which was the All-Star Batman series from 2016, the Rebirth era. I read that entire, I believe, 16-issue run, and that was kind of what got me really into the stories of comic books. So I got to tell him that kind of the day after Sunday, and that was just super cool seeing him there, as well as a artist, and Mitch started hanging out with them and talking to them. But it was just cool interaction overall. And guys, we were out till about 4 a.m. Saturday night. That was quote unquote the party night that everyone called it. That was also the same night I rode my first mechanical bull ever. That you saw the footage of that. And there was a lot of firsts during this weekend. It was my first real New Haven style pizza from Frank Pepe's. I know people said that the actual location in New Haven is way better, but this is my first time ever having that, and I live 20 minutes away from Mohegan Sun, and I have gone there frequently as well, but it was such a great time. It was, I think, 7 of us went, and we got, I think, 7 pizzas. It was such a cool time. It was such a great time hanging out, trying all the different pizzas, and we were all definitely some full people after that. We all ate a lot of pizza. And with Terrificon and kind of putting my name out there a little bit more, I got to build a lot of cool connections. So coming up in the next few months, I actually am going to be featured on a few other collaboration videos and live streams coming up. So to let you guys know, I believe it is September 20th. I'm going to be on M.O.N Comics live stream with a few other people. A few of them I did not meet yet, but I know Knowgoodcomics is there, and I got to hang out with him a little bit at the convention, so that is super cool. I get to kind of do a little reunion with some people, so that will be super fun. Stay tuned. I will be definitely putting more information, probably advertising on my Instagram, so you guys can stay up to date on when that is happening. And another project that is coming up is the Absolute Game of Nerds, JP and Rohan. JP, again, I did get to meet at the convention. Rohan, I did not, but he did message me after the show, and I will be featured on a video by them. I think it's going to be kind of an interview video, so super excited for that. That, I believe, is in November. I think it's November 6th, if I'm not mistaken. But again, that, once the time gets closer and I get more information, I'll definitely be putting it on my Instagram. So guys, if you haven't followed my Instagram yet, go follow that, and so you guys can stay up to date on all those events and stuff I have going on soon. So this show really just opened up so many more doors for me, and I cannot thank all of these great people enough for it. I did actually get to be on the Comicom Podcast for a episode, I believe it was now 2 weeks ago, and on there I got to talk with Rocksteady Collectibles and Hypercombo Comics. Two guys, two Canadians I did not get to meet at the show. Definitely next year I hope to hang out with them. So guys, if you haven't checked out that episode, go listen to the Comicom Podcast. They do a fantastic podcast. I've listened to them for a very long time. And guys, go subscribe to M.O.N Comics and Absolute Game of Nerds if you guys want to see me on their channels. Which, appreciate the support of them just even asking me to come on. So that is super cool. I'm super excited for both of those things to come in the future. So thank you for having me in advance. And guys, go check them out so you guys can follow along with that. And another thing I got featured on was the 3 Men in a Basement live stream that they did. They did one, I believe, Friday night and Saturday night. I don't think they did one Thursday night. But the 3 Men in a Basement were such a huge part of this convention. Their booth within kind of the middle of the convention was like the home port for everybody. And as soon as I found them, I kind of branched out from there, and I kind of found my way around the convention floor. Friday was definitely the day that I kind of, scoped out a lot of things, kind of learned, the lay of the land with the convention. And guys, Friday was definitely the way to go for signatures. I wish I got all my signatures on Friday because I would have gotten them all out of the way, out of the gate instead of Saturday and Sunday where there are huge lines for people. So definitely, guys, if you go next year, know Friday is definitely the day to go for signatures, as well as Sunday too. Sunday wasn't as bad, especially towards later in the day. But later in the day, a lot of people start packing up a little bit earlier because they've been there all weekend. So, you might miss them, but definitely, guys, Friday's the way to go for signatures. And I know that now. But yeah, the 3 men were basically the core of this convention. Everyone basically met up there. They did tons of free giveaways all weekend long. They had their live streams. If anyone was going to meet up anywhere, people usually texted, "Hey, let's meet up at the 3 Men in the Basement booth." So that was just super cool. And thank you again to you 4 guys. You guys make every single event special, as well as all the events you guys do. I was kind of advertising them within the Jim Lee line. I was kind of talking them up to everyone. So guys, if you have not followed 3 Men in the Basement, go do that now. They do tons of events and tons of great community gatherings. And I know that their comic book swap is coming up next year. I think they do have a date for it. So I'm super excited for that. And I do kind of plan on selling off some stuff soon. So that might be the first convention I do it at. I will have to talk to them to see, what I might be able to do. But, that is something that's coming up, and that is such a great thing to go to. If you guys are in the New Haven, Newington area, definitely go check out the 3 Men in the Basement comic swap. It is such a great event, and tons of people from the community are going to be there. But I'll kind of just wrap this up with a few last words and just overall things about Terrificon was, it was definitely a community show, and, it was also a great comic book show. It wasn't like New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, which I've never been to either, but from what I've heard, they are definitely more leaning into the pop culture, the movies and the celebrities side of all of this stuff. And this show was all about the comic books, which was absolutely fantastic. Again, I didn't do as much digging, but I definitely got some good stuff I will show in the next video. But again, a lot of people said this was really about the hanging out with the community, and I totally agree. I made some great memories with people that I've been hanging out with and new people that I met, and I can't wait to continue, building those relationships with people and going forward and just becoming an even more part of this community. So you know, again, it was super fun hanging out with everyone. Thank you for making this experience so great, as well as, again, thank you, Mitch Hallock, for putting on such an amazing show. All right, and I am going to close out the video here. I've been talking for a while now, and I'm sure you guys are probably sick of my own voice and without seeing any comics from my haul. Again, stay tuned for that next video. Make sure to push that bell notification button so you guys can stay notified on when that comes in. If you guys like this video, give it a like and hit the subscribe button if you guys like my overall content. I know this video was very different. It was pretty much all footage and me talking. So I appreciate you guys if you guys have sat through all the way to the end. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. I appreciate all the support I get on my channel. And I've said this many times before that I will not be continuing doing this without all you fantastic people. So thank you very much. All right, guys, and again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Stay tuned for next video's haul from Terrificon, and I will see you then.